2 Tamashii Nations rant videos in 1 week is a little unheard of, but I think it's only fair that I do a video like this. Originally, I wasn't going to, but this has made so many people mad that I felt the need to talk about it. And this particular thing I'll talk about first leads into a general rant about Premium Bandai. I think it's only fair that if I, roast companies like Hasbro and especially McFarlane Toys, I go after Tamashii Nations when they have some mess ups. I'm not going to make a video every time a company holds an L because that gets toxic, as well as, companies hold L's all the time. So it's just going to be overwhelming. But this in particular, I think I could talk about this particular week thing that leads into an overall rant pretty well. So what the hell am I talking about? Well, Premium Bandai has something right now called Tamashii Pop-Up Event, Tamashii Lightning Week, I should say. Pop-Up Event. Free shipping on all Tamashii Lightning Week items. So I don't know every single little thing that is eligible for this. They have their own, page on Premium Bandai that has a decent amount of stuff available. I think a lot of their stuff that's in stock, ready to ship in the Tamashii Nations, sector is eligible. Like, I'm looking through, like, even Sailor Moon. They have, like, stuff from Godzilla. So it's not just such a figure arts, it's actually monster arts, like Proplica, Metal Robot Spirits, but especially SH figure arts stuff, like everything from Bleach, Kaiju number 8, Naruto, One Piece. So it really depends on how good of a deal this is. I like the idea. The thing is that a lot of these items, I think, are available now on other websites for a better price. Now, if you were getting something that just came out, like I would use Deku for an example. That just came out. The price won't drop immediately yet, but on places like Big Bad Toy Store, that's $65. Tamashii or Bandai or Premium Bandai, it's also $60 right now. But then you have the free shipping on that. Now there may be some tax and maybe another fee associated there, but I don't think that's an awful idea. But examples of like Nami and Kenshin and maybe there's a couple of Naruto things I think might be a little bit cheaper on some other websites right now, to where I don't know if it's actually a great value to get it right here. Like I would say two biggest ones that I would probably get, and some things aren't even coming out like right now. Like we have to wait a few more days for it to drop. Like Ace drops February 10th. I think that's tomorrow. Yeah. So Ace is going to go up, and that's going to have free shipping. That's going to be sick. Ace and Deku are probably like two of the biggest contenders to take advantage of this week. But there was also pre-orders for this. Certain pre-orders, like the cooler just dropped finally. And some things that for Premium Bandai exclusives that went back in stock were also eligible for Tamashii Lightning Week free shipping, including Beast Gohan, Toyotaro's version of Ultra Instinct Goku, and the 15th anniversary version of the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. Now, me personally, this whole week, I'm not that interested in, if I'm being quite honest. Maybe I'll get Ace, I don't know yet. But, I actually don't know if they announced beforehand everything that was going to be available, because I think people didn't realize that these 3 Dragon Ball Premium Bandai releases that have been sold out for a while were coming back. So you had people scrambling once this started, once they realized Beast Gohan was up, to get it, and it sold out in like a minute. And I'm not going to complain too much myself, because I still have my Beast Gohan. I have the 15th anniversary Vegeta, and I didn't necessarily want the Toyotaro Ultra Instinct. I didn't think it looked bad. I just wasn't interested. Some people missed out on those pre-orders, and there's valid reasons as to why people miss out on the pre-order windows. I've seen people say if you didn't jump on the pre-order windows in the past, then you're not a real collector and you're not a fan of this line, which is a stupid opinion. There's plenty of reasons why people miss out on pre-order windows, whether they're brand new to collecting like right now, or in the past year or two, or didn't realize about these things. Or if they had financial troubles and they just had to prioritize things over action figures, which, yes, these are wants, not needs. There's They're not necessities, but it doesn't make it less annoying. And I don't think you're less of a fan for missing out on something. So the thing is that Tamashii Nations, though in general, just held a big L by not having things properly in stock that arguably they should have properly in stock. Like these things I just mentioned, the Dragon Ball figures I was just mentioning. It doesn't help that they also were doing damage control. In one of their posts, they were like, "Thank you for the comments. Despite the fact orders for popular items like the SH Figure Arts Gohan Beast were restricted to one per person, we still ran out much faster than anticipated. Your overwhelming response has been noted." I don't agree with that. And while we can't promise anything right now, that's not something you should say, not gonna lie. We will look into addressing user interests when we can. Now, I'm hoping this means that people will get a second chance to get some figures like that in the future. Maybe not right now, but maybe in the near future, or maybe next year, they will have this addressed where you can get it again. I could give them a little bit of credit on that, where, they may address that. They've addressed it in the past with stuff like the con exclusives that would sell out immediately if stuff was in stock, but then they had second rounds of pre-orders. We're still really not a good look what's going on with how the fasties sold out. What, did they have I might have said it already, did they have 20 of each in stock? If you were one of those people that jumped on it to, got those figures before they sold out really quick and you got that free shipping, I'm really hoping you're not a scalper and you were just super lucky. The toy gods blessed you and you're going to keep that for yourself. I mean, you should be allowed to do what you want, but at the same time, it's realize you got a good thing is what I'm saying. But a lot of people are really not happy about it, and that leads into a big problem that I have with this site in general. I have said it time and time again, I really do not like Premium Bandai. It has become a way for them to cut out a middleman in some ways, but also practice some of the worst, for Bandai to practice some of the worst business practices I've seen them do in the past half decade. I've been using this since 2020. I don't like using the website. That's a whole niche rant I have, where I think the layout of this website and the way that the servers run is awful. It's such a slow website. It's also kind of ugly looking if you ask me, but that is just such a niche thing to complain about. But business practices that they do on here suck. The exclusives, it makes sense because some of them it makes sense because a decent amount of these figures will not sell very well in a retail space or a regular release space, I should say. A decent amount of the Dragon Ball stuff can end up being peg warmers. But there is still some stuff here that definitely should be regular releases. Arguably, the two biggest, I would say, are Mecha Frieza, as well as, maybe some of the GT stuff, but that's a little bit, not as well received, I guess, as, Dragon Ball Z. But Cooler, I don't know, even though that figure is really big and a little expensive, it's very expensive to make, I think it would be, and, they're unique molds, they can't reuse them again, I get that too, but I always thought that should be a regular release because Cooler is just so sick. But now there is a pre-order for a new Cooler, so there's that too. It's not just the stuff that they have, it's who they're selling it to, and the fact that Premium Bandai isn't available in a lot of countries, so a lot of you have to miss out no matter what, has never sat right with me. Now, I understand it's not entirely Bandai's fault. There's also country restrictions, like PSN is restricted in a bunch of countries. So, I get that they don't have much choice there, but it doesn't make it less crappy. And they don't have proper avenues for people to get this without being nickeled and dimed on proxies like Buyee, to where you have to go through eBay and Mercari and stuff like that, and you're paying way more than you should for this stuff. It's just, I have never liked how this works. Now, one thing I won't complain too much about, the pre-order windows not my favorite. Limited pre-order windows, that at least gives you a little bit of time, but if you just can't manage your finances in time, or you just don't have the means to jump on a pre-order in that time, there's plenty of reasons why, then you're SOL. And then you also have stuff that's locked off behind Premium Bandai stuff that I've never liked too, like when, the superhero, retail Gohan, all of his accessories were locked off behind Premium Bandai items. And I'm not going to lie, a decent amount of stuff I just wasn't interested in, so I missed out on a lot of it. I don't, and then people argue like, well, he would come with too much stuff, so they couldn't give his accessories to him. They had to pack it in these things, but then those figures come with their own accessories. Like the Gammas have their own accessories, and they have a bunch of Gohan accessories. Don't give me that argument, because they're coming with a lot of stuff. Should have just been a separate, even if that pack maybe was a Premium Bandai exclusive, I can kind of see it like an entire Gohan accessory pack, but like, I don't know. It's just some dumb stuff they got going on that makes you, this website, it's not the only one that does this. Like Hasbro Pulse does it too. Absolutely exploits FOMO. They cut out a middleman to sell, stuff directly to you, but also jack up the price for it. And again, unique molds, I get it. But the biggest thing is exploiting FOMO. Even though we have these pre-order windows for these items though, which is, pretty nice, and 9 times out of 10, they really don't sell out until it's time for it to end. There are times where it does sell out beforehand on some of these Tamashii Nations products. Like, this is going to be a little bit lesser known, but Honkai Star Rail, which some of you are going to roll your eyes already. I don't blame you. I played it for a little bit and wasn't interested. But this figure, Sam, from Honkai Star Rail, this is a really sick character, pretty important to the story at some point of Honkai Star Rail, and it looked so sick. Absolutely sick. The pre-order window not only was super small, December 26th, 2024 to January 8th, 2025. I checked this on December of 2024, and those pre-orders were closed that day. It probably sold out in a minute, and they never posted. I have to double check, but they never posted what time it was going to drop for pre-order. It was just saying what day it was. They barely posted about it. This is not the only time something like this has happened, probably for, Tamashii Nations products. 9 times out of 10, this doesn't happen. But when something like this does happen, that is so incredibly annoying, because I was going to try to get my friend one of these because this figure looked really sick and he wanted it, but that sucks. It's even worse for Gunpla collectors. Sometimes those pre-order windows sell out without a single warning, and yes, they've specified on the websites it can sell out at any point. However, it really shouldn't. But also, like, I don't know why it's different for Gunpla to sell out at random when, again, most of the time for the other Tamashii Nation stuff, that pre-order window is up the whole entire time. I don't really get it. Like, Gunpla collectors have it worse because there's a lot of mobile suits that were created and put on Premium Bandai that a lot of people are just not going to have an easy time getting. And, there's also Gundam base events that they have on Premium Bandai sometimes, which I think is also a kind of a good idea. So you don't have to go all the way to Japan to go to Gundam base to get these exclusives. You can get them on Premium Bandai. Sometimes they're up for the whole duration of their pre-order window. Sometimes they sell out really quick. I think the Goof Real Colors, I don't remember what exactly it's called, but a Gundam-based Goof sold out really quick. Shanghai Real Grade, the Shanghai Real Grade version of the Freedom Gundam sold out really quick. I was able to get a pre-order somehow. I don't know how, but I was able to get a pre-order. And that was the flight type of the Goof I was talking about. Stuff like that sells out. Other kits, other products sold out. Like stuff from Code Geass has sold out before that I really wanted to get and never was able to do. So this website just is not great. It just really brings out the worst in Bandai. I have really most of the time I've used this website, I don't like it. Their fees are awful. Their shipping is awful. Their extra fees they tack on. The tax can't be helped. But the extra fees that get tacked on are horrendous. It makes a difference. Like, sometimes you're paying an extra 50% for certain things. Like, if a kit is $25, you're paying an extra, like, you're almost paying another, like, 10 to 15 bucks. You're getting close to another 25 bucks for the kit, which is why you see these things sold so much on eBay, because these fees are awful. And, you know, if someone needs to resell this, which I don't believe people should be reselling, but if someone was to resell this, if you wait on it a little bit and you're like, I'm never going to build this, or I don't think I'm ever going to open this really, maybe I should just sell it. You know, you got to make your money back somehow, because these fees suck, dude. They're bad. This all sounds like a skill issue, and I totally I can agree in some ways that it can be a skill issue. At the same time, Premium Bandai is just the worst. It brings out the worst in this company. And I honestly think Bandai's not going anywhere anytime soon. Eventually, I feel like this website can lead to a lot of problems and a lot of bad behavior. This whole existence of this website, unfortunately, just strong arms people. There's nothing we can do about this website existing anymore, you know? Bandai is going to do whatever they want on here, and if enough people are going to buy it, then Bandai will keep doing it, which unfortunately is, you know, the slippery slope. Dang, I really want a cooler. Oh no, it's on Premium Bandai. Well, there's nothing else I can do, so I'm going to get cooler. They knew that. As soon as Bandai realized that a long time ago and got people to make Premium Bandai, the website, it was hook, line, and sinker. And I understand it's business. It's a changing market in terms of, you know, things in, you know, action figure releases. They really don't want to take risks and take losses, you know, financially. I understand that. I'm not saying they should take losses financially all the time. But the fact that it seems like it's a give and take, and there's way more take instead of give in terms of, you know, customer satisfaction, it has always sat really bad with me, you know, the stuff going on Premium Bandai. And this is, for a lot of people, I know people, before I made this long rant, have probably hated this website. I've never liked this website. But this Tamashii Nation's Lightning Week was probably the final nail in the coffin for certain people. And I don't blame you guys. So, long-winded rant. Things probably went all over the place, so I apologize for that. What are your thoughts on Tamashii Nation's Lightning Week releases? What are your thoughts on Premium Bandai in general? Is there anything that you think I'm full of crap about? Let me know down in the comments. Is there anything you agree about? I'd like to know, no matter what. Let's keep it civil in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.